Finally, everybody, Pete Meyer, Motorist Magazine here. You would not believe what it took for me to get with my guest today. Let me introduce to him to you guys if you don't know him. I'm joined today by Brian Plott. He is the executive director of the Equipment and Tool Institute. Brian, thanks so much for bearing with me through the various technical difficulties we've had this morning to get this done. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Peter. It's great to see you again. And yeah, thank you for the technology excitement this morning. It's been a blast.
But we're persistent. We're persistent. We won't give up.
That's right. We can conquer technology when it needs to be conquered.
Yeah, and I guess that's part of the Equipment and Tool Institute's role in life, right?
That's pretty much it. We solve problems and fix things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess let's kind of start with that, Brian, because I know there are a lot of those, myself included, until I got to attend the ToolTech event last year. Of course, we'll talk about that in a minute. But for those who are watching, tell us a little bit about the mission of the Equipment and Tool Institute.
Okay. Equipment and Tool Institute, or ETI, we've been around 75 years or so. The organization exists to support the automotive aftermarket tool manufacturers. And we act as a liaison between the tool makers and the automakers. The OEMs are a big part of what we do. We, as an association, take a neutral approach, but we work with the OEMs to provide data to the automotive aftermarket tool manufacturers, create the tools to fix the cars, deal with the technology. We act as a repository, and have for many years, of the OEM data, or most of the OEM data, where we hold that, and our members can get access to that through whatever the OEMs determine is the avenue they want to go. So some of it's leased, some of it's just a pass-through. But ultimately, we look for ETI to be a contributing factor to its members, to make sure that we're able to deal with the new technologies, cybersecurity, all of the things that are coming. We talk a lot about ADAS and EV and numerous other technologies that are coming out, and our members are right at the heart of all of that. Telematics, providing information to the aftermarket repairers. Some of those obstacles have become huge in the last few years, and our members work very hard to satisfy the needs of the end user customers there.
And that challenge has only gotten to be more difficult, I'm sure, with the rapid advancements in technologies that the OEMs have been producing in the last few years. I remember a quote that I like to share with our audience by Mary Barra, who's CEO of General Motors, and I'm sure you're aware. She said in a public speech some time ago that the technology in the automotive industry would change more in the next 5 years than it would or has in the last 50. And that was over 5 years ago. So, you know where we're at now. So that's quite a challenge for the OEMs and for your members to keep up with. Now, I had the pleasure of attending the event, ToolTech, last year. I understand that ToolTech 2023 is coming up pretty soon.
It is coming like a freight train. We've got the registrations will be closing, as well as the hotel reservations, this Friday. And it's registration will close for anybody who does not want to try to participate in the OEM one-on-one meetings. If you're still coming and not looking to that, we still have a couple weeks of registration that it will be open. But as you saw last year, it's quite a jam-packed event in terms of information and all the things you see and can participate and experience while you're there. We've got another, just as powerful as last year was, we've got a really well lined up set of speakers and presenters and what have you for the meetings. We also anticipate doing an OEM panel, as well as a shop owners panel, so we get to hear from the consumers of the tools and the people that generate the information and data to help us make the tools. The one-on-ones is something that's very, very attractive to our members. They focus on that one very heavily.
Yeah. So what would be the demographics of your membership, Ryan?
We wow, we have the major big tool manufacturers globally, the and then you've got smaller companies that deal with us, not necessarily for the data, but for the access to information and other members and that kind of thing. Um, we have telematics providers. Um, we have repair information providers. The diagnostics is a huge space for everybody involved. Information and that type of thing. It's very broad, but at the end of the day, all of the things come together. It's not just one clear avenue. They're all working together right now. Our members are as involved in making tools as they are in dealing with the issues that are out there and um, trying to find technicians and educate the technicians and training and that type of thing. And we're working with all of them to try to keep them finding new sources and connecting them up and helping them get those people involved in the industry. Because we're going to need some strong, smart people in the years to come here, as you well know.
Sure, sure. And having attended it, I guess you should back up a step. This is not like a lot of technician events like the audience
Right.
that I tend to be most involved with, where they can expect a full day of various training sessions and so forth. However, to that audience particularly, I would like to speak to if if you want to really know what's going on in the nuts and bolts of making the tools that you're using in your shop on a daily basis, what goes behind that, what makes that happen, and to hear some of the presentations that are made at this event, I would equate that almost a cross between say a vision training event and SAE's World Congress, because
Hmm.
you're getting that OE level, those top engineers at this event, sharing their knowledge, and I'm sure that even for shop owners and technicians, this could be a very valuable time spent. Do you see more shop owners and technicians getting involved with the organization? Is there an avenue for them to do that?
Wow, did my people tee you up to ask that question? We- we mentioned it last year's event, and we will be launching it at this year's event. A group that has been involved with us for a few years now of shop owners that have helped us by sitting on the shop owners panels and so forth. Last year came to me after the event at the closing dinner and said, one of the gentlemen said, I need to sign up for your association right now. I need to be a part of this. And I said, well, we don't really have a category for for you to sign up. And he went in and explained to me that in all of his years of automotive and all the shows and events that he'd ever attended, he's never seen that level of information and communication and accessibility and networking that he experienced when he was there. He says, I have to be a part of that. And you have to figure out how to do it. So with him being kind of our sponsor and bringing many people along with the same idea, we will be launching. We currently have a full membership, an associate member. We'll be launching an affiliate member level. The affiliate level is one that for non-tool makers. Full membership and associate membership are for the tool makers. This will be for the non-tool makers, but the ones that want to participate, get involved, learn, experience, and be able to communicate back. This will allow bidirectional communication between at a deeper level our tool maker customers to be able to communicate back with the people who make the tools and provide their feedback, positive, negative, whatever, to help make it better for all of us. And we've got a lot of excitement surrounding that. We'll be doing a launch of that, as I said, at the ToolTech, and very excited to be doing so. So I think we'll gain a lot from that, both learning and providing more information and education to those folks in the field that need to see it, do something with it.
Absolutely. And I think to their advantage, again, with the technologies, the complexity, of the modern vehicle, and those coming just down the road a bit, being able to network, especially with these OEM engineers and tool makers, their engineering teams, understanding, why their aftermarket tool has this, but it doesn't have that,
Mhm.
and all of the nuances that are involved with that. In addition, like I said, to some of the the insights that the panels that you had last year provided that I haven't seen presented in any other format. So it's certainly certainly enjoyed it. So tell me now and tell the people who are watching. You said we're getting close to the hotel deadline is Friday. So
Friday, close the play on Friday.
that's tomorrow. So you need to get off the stick, right?
That's right.
So let's talk about it. Where is this year's event going to be held?
It's going to be, let me pronounce it correctly, at the Tamaya Resort in Santa Ana Pueblo, New Mexico. It's just outside of Albuquerque. It's a beautiful facility. It's going to be, I mean, I'm really excited. I haven't been there. Julie was there, but I haven't been there. But the pictures and everything, the facility look fantastic. And it'll be a little bit different from what the venue's been for ETI in past years. So where we do stuff in Phoenix or something like that, the New Mexico thing wasn't one that just popped in mind. We kind of found it, and that, this might be interesting, so that there's other extracurricular things for family members, or if our members
Sure.
want to come early or stay late, that they can go do in that general area. So we're looking forward to it being a little bit different this year.
And the dates?
April 18th and 19th are the actual meeting dates. So if you're coming in, I suggest come in the day before.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's 18th and 19th of April for the event.
Yeah, and I will have a link for you guys and gals in the video description so that you can go to the website etools.org and learn more about the event and what the Equipment and Tool Institute is all about. Check out that new associate membership that's going to be unveiled, I should say, very, very soon, which is, I think, a great thing, because as ETI has been around for some time, over 75 years, as Brian pointed out. So being able for us, the men and women who are in the trenches, so to speak, to be able to have that kind of access to that information just makes your job going to be that much easier to perform going in the future. So Brian, hey, thanks a lot. Again, after all the hurdles that we got through to get to this point, I appreciate you hanging in there with me. As always, it was great talking with you.
Yeah, same here, Pete. I think we earned it today. So I think thank you for your persistence and tenacity in making it all happen. Greatly appreciate it. Really looking forward to seeing you in New Mexico.
No worries. And you take care, and wish you a very successful event.
Thanks, Pete. Take care. All the best.